Hello everybody, Daniel from Resurrection Hot Rod here. Gonna do some updates on the old bullnose while it's lightning in the background. I'm gonna walk you through a few things. Whoa, wow, I missed that one. We'll walk you through a few things, a few updates that we've done, and a few things that I have on shorts that are finished products now and that you can get a good look at. So let's get started on that. For one, here's my smog delete bracket, and now it's just an alternator bracket. Retains the stock mounting locations, but all this hooky is gone. I don't know if you can hear that thunder in the background. And now you got some access back here, you can see in there. Brand new water pump. I sandblasted and painted all my brackets. Brand new belts. That bracket's painted. All my bolts, brand new alternator. I went with just the standard Ford, and then boom, I sandblasted and my bolts and my brackets, and I DA'd down my core support and got it painted. These are the LED with the glass halogen looking bulbs, and they plug right into your factory harness. Plugs right in. Done deal. And if for some reason this is messed up, it comes with an extender, and you could actually use it for this plug if this is all melted, which sometimes they are. Thought that was pretty cool. I was able to retain the factory oil cooler. You can see it goes right into the top of the oil there. It's kind of nifty. Come out here, cool your oil down. I'm having trouble finding the same style factory transmission cooler, which I also want lines. I might have to go with steel braided lines. I'm having trouble finding this kit that's not $1 million. I'm trying to do this somewhat of a budget for everybody and for myself also, but like just so everybody else can do it in their backyard type deal. So I might go steel braided flexible line and a different style transmission cooler, but I do not want to retain any of that if I can help it because of how many metal chunks were in the transmission, which update on that should be done next week. This thing runs, but doesn't drive, no transmission. We bought a sandblasting kit, I'll have to show you guys in a separate video, that hooks up to your pressure washer for sandblasting like your axles and your frame and all that stuff. So we're gonna do that to this thing. And then I got some Eastwood spray in the can, frame, rust retaining paint. I did get all this bracketry repainted after sandblasting. I got me one of these universal jobbers here for the battery. And then I cleaned up the wiring harness back here and got it back tucked in. And then I'm going to eliminate all this. Yeah, I mean, you look at this. Look at all this. It's going bye-bye. I haven't quite got there yet. I'm going to switch it from R12 to 134. Yes, sorry, I cut my finger, so you're going to have a little weird pointer action. It does come with this new canister. It comes with new seals and everything, and then I'm going to get the new foam. I think you have to get the wraparound kind. I don't think you can get the foam anymore. And switch all that over. And I'm not sure that this works or not yet. I haven't put power to it. I did, however, have bought a plug from O'Reilly's for this because the factory plug I found was sitting on the manifold when I got the truck, and it was no bueno. And so they actually got me the plug. So I could just wire it straight in, so that's pretty neat. Now this is an eyesore that things are getting nicer. So I got a brand new one of those on that guy, and yes, that's that 78 project. Ah, shoot, I'll give you a little sneak peek. Don't do this, guys. Do not do this. We were gonna decide to maybe just leave it. I can't. You do not do this, people. They cut it out, they shove the new one in, they're like, oh, it don't quite fit, but it kind of looks okay, and then they'll weld it on the top. So now I need to cut this straight, and then I'm gonna cut through both layers straight, and then bring that down and weld it all proper. And then they cut into the cab mount brace, so I gotta fix that. Don't do that. Anyways, that's why this thing's like this now, and stripped. It's getting painted anyways, so it is what it is. But yeah, there's my brand new doohickey. And I'm gonna paint the booster because it's looking a little ratty now that everything else is starting to get nicer. And then my firewall cleaned up really nice. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave the inner fenders, I'm gonna leave the firewall. This hood's gonna come off and get sandblasted, and then look at that. We got some primer on this thing. That's pretty sweet. Got the cowl off. It's gonna get sandblasted. Doors are done. You've seen it in a different video. I gotta clean up my mess in here when I'm done sandblasting and everything, and then clean all this junk up and spruce it up a little bit. I'm gonna paint the column, and then we're gonna get everything back up and in after it's painted and put all my dash and stuff in, which is, I've showed you in other videos, is back there. But now we're all blown to pieces. There's my radiator, little 3-core radiator. I think it was like 150 bucks on eBay. It looks okay-ish. There's your lower mounts. It don't look that bad, really. We'll see. My new to me intake, the guy that I got it from pulled the motor for that 78 out there with a plate and over torqued this one, and yeah, so I know it's probably fixable. I'm just gonna buy a new one. I'm just gonna get an air gap. I was trying to save some money and do a budget build, but whatever. Side marker lights, that's the box for the, it's blown to pieces now because I started digging into stuff. Brand new. I was gonna restore mine, and I thought, you know what, they're only 300 bucks. So we take the chrome off of this. I'm gonna take the carpet off that and restore the carpet. And then those vents, I'm gonna restore them, and I'm gonna cut that out and put them in and paint these. Armrests and all. Brand new grill. Huh? Brand new emblem for grill. Second one, because they sent me a Ford Ranger one the first time, even though the description said otherwise. There is the radiator stuff I was looking for. Ha, that's funny. That's all done. Seat's done. Yeah, I just need to get this thing in the booth. I took the bumper off the 78 and I'm keeping it. He's getting a new one, so I'm keeping it. I'm going to use it on this one for now. But here we are. I'm going to sandblast this all down, paint it. Transmission's coming. Sandblast the back of the cab and the top of it. Prime it. And we're going in the booth. Since the last video, I'll show you how to turn a OBS style bed into a style side bed for these trucks. I was gonna just order the whole bed sides and change them out, and the shipping was 3 times as much as the part itself, so it was only like $325 for entire bed sides, and which you can see is way out there, way out yonder. It was like 325 bucks a side, no big deal. I'm like, sweet, that's awesome. I'll just do the whole thing, then you can just 320 D8 it down, you can paint it, and I'm done. But after shipping and everything, it came out to like 1,500 bucks, and I was like, oh boy. Okay, so now we're back to these. I'm just gonna put those in that bed through that cab right there. And obviously the tail lights, above the tail lights is different to the tailgate, and so I'm gonna make that out of hand. I'm just gonna take a little whiz wheel. I'm gonna make a couple strategic slices. I'm gonna bend the metal. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do it to form it to this year of bed's tailgate. So I will have a tailgate for sale because that's the newer style tailgate, but I'm keeping it for getting my paint codes off of. We're gonna scan it. I'm gonna buff it and scan it. Yeah, so obviously here's the rest of my trinket bolts. That's for painting purposes. That's a little tech tip for you guys. Can poke holes in boxes and paint them. Lift kit, steering stabilizer kit, dual steering stabilizer kit. And then again, I'm waiting for that. I got new e-brake cables coming. I got new brake lines for the rear, stainless. New brake shoes, wheel cylinders. I got U-joints coming. I just realized I need those sway bar bushings probably. Dang it. I really should have thought of that. Exhaust is coming off to where the metal gets good. I think I showed that in a different video. Lopping that off. That'll be way down the road. I'm gonna come up behind the tire and then kind of drop it down from a little bit of an angle, a little bit back. Yeah, so in those boxes there's my marker light surrounds and headlight surrounds, a full rubber kit, so we'll be rebuilding those doors when they're painted and then hanging them on this bad boy when I'm done. Anyhow, I figured I'd give you guys a little update, and then I guess what I'm waiting on right now at the moment, and that's why I decided to film, is we got a full house. Boxes for days. This is all for a Ford pickup that got hit. I thought my AC condenser for that was here, so I can put my radiator and all that stuff in, but no, it was supposed to be here today, and these were supposed to be here yesterday, so I'm assuming tomorrow. But I did the SEM paint on this, restored this bad boy. Not bad, huh? I restored this bad boy. I'm just going to retain the old clutch fan. So those are some updates, and I'll do a separate video. That 78 long bed ends up getting, it was a freshly rebuilt motor, but bone stock, and they didn't tighten some things, and it was a whole ordeal. Anyways, we tore it all down. We rebuilt the entire motor. We got it all dressed up, got carburetor, got air gap on it, and we got it in the truck. But we fought the transmission because this is going to be on another video, but it was an automatic truck. They switched it to an old school manual 3-speed, and the transmission crossmember mount was supposed to be pushed back, so we couldn't even put the motor in if we wanted to. And originally the thing had a 400, and now it has a 460. It was a whole ordeal. Walk you through that. That's getting sanded right now. The frame's getting painted, so that's kind of neat. Anyways, God's good all the time. We'll see you later.